His own brothers sold him into slavery. His master's wife framed him for a crime he didn't commit. He rotted in a dungeon for years, forgotten by everyone. Then one dream changed everything, and Joseph became the second most powerful man on earth. This is his story. Joseph was Jacob's favorite son, and everyone knew it. His father gave him a coat of many colors, a symbol of favoritism that burned with jealousy in his brothers' hearts. Then Joseph made it worse. He told them about his dreams. In his dreams, his brothers' sheaves of grain bowed down to his. The sun, moon, and 11 stars bowed to him. His brothers didn't just dislike him after that. Genesis 37:4 says they hated him and could not speak a kind word to him. One day, Jacob sent Joseph to check on his brothers in the fields. When they saw him coming, they plotted to kill him. Reuben talked them out of murder, but they stripped him of his coat, threw him into a pit, and sold him to Midianite traders for 20 pieces of silver. They dipped his coat in goat's blood and told their father Joseph was dead. Meanwhile, the traders carried Joseph to Egypt and sold him as a slave to Potiphar, an officer of Pharaoh. At 17 years old, Joseph lost everything. But Genesis 39:2 says, "The Lord was with Joseph so that he prospered." Even as a slave, Joseph worked with excellence. Potiphar noticed and promoted him to run his entire household. Joseph's integrity shone even in chains. Then Potiphar's wife tried to seduce him day after day. Joseph refused. "How could I do such a wicked thing and sin against God?" She grabbed his cloak, he fled, and she accused him of assault. His reward for integrity: prison. In prison, Joseph interpreted dreams for Pharaoh's cupbearer and baker. Both came true exactly as he predicted. The cupbearer promised to remember Joseph. Genesis 40:23, the chief cupbearer did not remember Joseph, he forgot him. 2 more years passed. Then Pharaoh had a dream no one could interpret: 7 fat cows devoured by 7 thin cows, 7 healthy years of grain consumed by 7 withered ones. The cupbearer finally remembered Joseph. And in one day, Joseph went from prison to palace. Joseph interpreted the dream: 7 years of abundance followed by 7 years of devastating famine. He gave Pharaoh a plan to store grain during the good years. Impressed, Pharaoh said, "Can we find anyone like this man in whom is the Spirit of God?" Pharaoh made Joseph second in command over all of Egypt. He was 30 years old, 13 years after being sold into slavery. The coat of many colors was replaced with a gold chain from Pharaoh. God's timing was perfect. When the famine hit, Joseph's brothers came to Egypt begging for food and bowed before him, exactly as his childhood dreams predicted. They didn't recognize him. Joseph tested them, wept over them, and finally revealed himself. Genesis 50:20, "You intended to harm me, but God intended it for good to accomplish what is now being done, the saving of many lives." The betrayal, the slavery, the prison, all of it was part of God's plan to save an entire region from starvation. Whatever you're going through right now, the betrayal, the waiting, the injustice, God is working. He uses the pit. He uses the prison. He uses the pain. Your story isn't over. Subscribe for more Bible stories that change lives.